What's up, everyone? Welcome back to
There we
Video
go.
Game Book Club. I'm Daniel, and this is my illustrious, beautiful, wonderful, all-in-one packaged co-host,
Where?
Clay.
Yeah, that's me. And we're playing games.
Yeah, right
This is a
now,
video game podcast.
this is just a game to us. You're nothing more than a game.
Anyway, Link's Awakening, huh?
Yeah, Link's Awakening.
It came out.
Yeah, let's jump right into it.
Yes.
So the
We're both
huge
playing
game,
Link's Awakening.
obviously, the
You've played
huge
it
game
for
that came
years.
out, Link's Awakening for the Nintendo DS Switch.
Nintendo Switch Lite.
Yep, if you buy two of them, you can have a DS.
Oh, yeah.
Dual Switch.
Be right back.
So my thoughts of the original, well, actually it wasn't the original, it was the DX version that I reviewed
We have a
back in
video.
the day,
Video on our
are kind of, memorialized on the channel.
This is true.
So I would really like to hear what you think.
I really enjoyed it. Never played the original versions or the DX. This whole Fisher Price preschool toy looking feel of the game, I am definitely into.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the first time someone has said it, but it's very much like those old Christmas specials, like the Rudolph and things like that.
Yeah.
It very much has like that textured, modeled out of clay kind of look.
It's very fantastic. But I've liked the Yoshi games that tried it. Anytime Nintendo tries something like that, it's usually
they
enjoy
did
it.
the Kirby games, Kirby Yarn,
Yarn.
and then Kirby Canvas or something like that. They did one with clay with Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby's Rainbow Curse was
Yeah,
also
okay.
that. The game sucked,
Okay.
but it looked pretty nice.
Okay.
Looked pretty nice. I really enjoyed this. Like, I liked Breath of the Wild, but I loved the dungeons in this. I miss the dungeons in Breath of the Wild now.
Well, like Breath of the Wild was like both a huge departure from Zelda, but also like a reimagining of the original game. Where this is very much like you have to think of like the time and place that this original game came out was right after the Zelda on the Super Nintendo. Which, if you like this, then we need to play the Super Nintendo game, especially now that it's available on the Switch.
This is true, it is.
Because this is like a direct sequel to that game.
Yeah.
Basically, this was like, hey, we want to make that game for the Game Boy. Let's try, and this is what came out of that.
I'm fine with that. It's good. And I saw a lot of people online like, it's hard. Like, it's not that hard.
Well,
It's
first,
harder than they're probably used to at this point.
I don't even think it's that. It's literally they added a lot of stuff in this game to make it a lot easier.
Yeah, I never had to worry about hearts. Ever.
With each of the re-releases of this game, they've made it easier. With the DX version, and like the thing that I actually did not like was the color dungeon, which is also in this one.
Yes.
The color dungeon is a very incredibly simple, basic dungeon, and at the end you get a choice between double attack or double defense.
Yes.
I chose double defense, which basically means I can just walk into enemies now.
Excellent. I chose attack because it was red.
Along with that, you also get like twice as many or 3 times as many hearts in this one.
Yeah.
And then also you have bottles for fairies. So, and then on top of that, you can also still get the Miracle Cream,
Yes.
which I got immediately and I have not used once. I have not used a fairy out of any of my bottles yet. So I don't even know if like you go down if a fairy automatically reses you like in other games or if you have to use it first. Because the game has just become incredibly easy, like difficulty-wise that way.
Yeah.
With the puzzles and stuff, I think they made it even easier because I do not remember, like, a lot of the characters straight up just tell you now, like, what to do.
Yeah.
Between the telephone booth where you can talk to the old man from the village.
Who looks just like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Between that and then also, like, the trading quest used to be something that was, like, it felt a lot more obtuse to me.
Okay.
Where this one, it's very much like the bear in Animal Village says he wants honey.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So now it's like, okay, well, whenever I get honey, I need to bring it to that bear. And like the old lady says, I wish I had a broom. Like, I don't remember it being that easy.
Okay.
So I think this is like the easiest version of that game. Like, if you actually want a challenge, play the original, or the mode that I'm looking forward to is hero mode, where it doesn't drop hearts for you.
Oh, nice. So no hearts at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like I think you can get some,
yeah.
but like when you kill an enemy, there's not a heart.
No heart.
They don't replenish your health.
Even when I had full health and I would chop down bushes or whatever, there's just hearts floating everywhere.
Yeah, totally.
And I never, except the time that I died, which was my fault, Never had to worry about hearts.
Yeah.
So
see, I did not die once.
Mm-hmm. So, I died once.
Yeah.
I kept jumping into this hole over and over. Didn't pay attention to my hearts. Done.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure if this does the thing like the original where you get a slightly different ending if you don't die or not.
Yeah.
I would think I'll probably figure out on hero mode because I assume at some point I will die.
Yeah.
But like even some of the bosses that like have historically given me trouble in the other in other games, like the genie in the bottle, is usually the boss that I die at.
Yeah.
If I'm not really careful, it was nothing.
Yeah.
That's like the second boss in the game, so it wasn't even that like I didn't have the color dungeon stuff yet. I didn't have a whole ton of hearts.
Yeah.
And it was still just super easy.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. But I did love the game. And I would love another Zelda like that.
I really hope they do the Oracle games.
Yeah.
I've already said it like in the Discord, so some people have already heard this, but like I really think that they should do the Oracle games, or at least possibly like that was originally part of a trilogy of games. And they run into like budgetary reasons or time constraints or something, and they pulled a bunch of the stuff that was going to be in the third game and put it in one of those too. But like it's been a long time since those games came out.
This is true.
There's nothing that says you can't come up with brand new stuff for a third game and do another one of those, like a brand new one.
Oh, yeah.
Like this and Link Between Worlds are both like the case that there is still room for 2D top-down isometric Zelda games.
Yep. I will play another one if they ever do it.
Yeah, totally. So. I don't regret spending the money. I'm going to play through it again. It's one of... The original is one of like my top 10 games of all time.
It was really good. I'm really glad that I played it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it looked like toys.
Well, unless you have anything else you want to say about that game,
what else have you been playing? On Link's Awakening. So I've been playing some Gears 5.
Okay.
Not as much Gears 5 as you have.
I've been playing a lot of Gears 5.
But I still haven't beat it yet.
Yeah, how much did you pay for that game?
I pay $0.
I also paid $0.
You pay something.
I paid $2 months ago and don't owe any more money until like August of next year.
Okay, so I paid nothing. I still have paid nothing on that game, but I really enjoy it.
I did pay $5 to buy a gun skin.
You bought a skin, which is fine.
And I spent a lot of money on Rockstars and cookies to get other unlockables through their different promotional events. But anyways,
haven't beaten it yet, but I'm
in campaign.
Yeah, I'm in Act 4.
Okay.
And I'm really enjoying this game.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
I had already beaten it last time, I think.
Yes. You beat it within like a day.
Yeah, basically. The campaign was really good. The campaign was only was like 8.5 hours long, I think.
Okay.
Because I was looking at my stats the other day, and I've spent more time in Horde now than I did in the campaign.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's very long. I'm just real slow at playing through it.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else that you wanted to say about the campaign?
No, not really.
I mean, anything at this point would be spoilers.
Yeah.
The stuff in Act 4 is really, really good.
Okay.
And I really wish you would finish it so we could talk about it. Not on here, of course, so I don't want to spoil it for the folks at home, which is me in my car listening to this.
Yes.
Because I listen to our own podcast.
Hey, you have to pick out the difficulties that we're having so we can fix them later.
But no, like the thing that I would say I really like some of the multiplayer. We played some the other day. There's a mode where you can play AI versus
which is
it's just you and like other humans versus AI.
Yep.
And you get like the same experience and everything like that.
Fantastic.
I've actually hit level 100 already and re-upped. About halfway through the battle pass with 7 weeks left, I think. So I'm excited to finish that up and have that done before. I don't know if I'll do it again next time.
Yeah.
I think I said that last time too, but I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
My big complaint right now is, and I hadn't told you this yet, I was playing Horde the other day.
Mm-hmm.
One of the medals that I have to unlock is I have to play through Horde all the way.
All 50 waves.
All 50 waves with either 5 or 6 of the different characters, and I've done it once now.
Okay.
With one character. So I was trying to do it with a second character because we were having I wound up with some random people and was having a really good round or a really good, really easy time with them.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing and we were doing good. We got to wave 40 and I got captured by a sire, which is one of the which is this enemy that will grab you and kind of drag you along, and like someone has to save you.
Yep.
And if there's no one to save you, then you can't do anything.
He's very, very much more human-like.
The other people suddenly went down because, if you don't know, Wave 40 is a boss wave. So I guess they were on the other side of the map, and they all went down as I was grabbed.
Uh-huh.
And then the fifth player was a player that was playing as the robot Jack, which is like a kind of like an easy mode that you can play as, which is really cool. Except when that person is not actually playing.
Okay.
So they were just idle. And there's no way to kick them. Everyone else is dead. And when Jack is not attacking, he is cloaked. So the enemies can't see him to kill him.
Fantastic.
So I spent almost 2 hours playing Horde, trying to get this second part of this medal
with different characters
that I have to finish in the next 7 weeks. And that 2 hours went down the drain because this person was not playing, and they do not allow you to kick people.
That's fantastic. Had he been playing at all, or just started like?
He would. There must be like a timing thing where they eventually will time you out or something. Because every couple of waves, I would notice him move to a different position.
Oh, that's nice.
But he was not helping us do anything.
Like, what's the point? Just getting experience, I guess? At that
point? Yeah. I mean, you're still getting, like, experience, or, like, he doesn't like playing as Jack, and that is him getting that part of the achievement. But basically that flushed 2 hours down the drain.
Yeah, absolutely. That's real crappy.
So, they have a lot of, like... It's been out for, like, a month now.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of matchmaking issues.
That's great.
Like Saturday was supposed to be a double star day,
which
like you get stars, and that's how you go up ranks in the Tour of Duty, which is the battle pass. And it showed that you were going to get double stars, and then you got it, and it gave you no stars.
Great.
And they eventually fixed it to where it gave you the regular stars. Yeah. And then the last messaging I saw was, we will see if we can work it out to give you the other stars that we owe you. So then they extended double stars to another day.
Yeah.
So I logged on again the next day, and the double stars were working.
But no other double stars.
But I'm missing like 10 stars.
That's fantastic.
So like a whole rank I'm missing, basically.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, people were doing that on double star day. And so you get 3 objectives. You finish those, you can refresh one of them for free to get a 4th objective. After that, you pay an increasing amount of the premium currency.
Okay.
The first one's 10 cents, then like 20, 30, 40, whatever, goes up and up and up. Each time you want to refresh those things before they refresh automatically. So people were going on there and paying to refresh these stars,
and they weren't getting
with the premium currency, and now it's just like,
so we got your money.
Maybe.
Sorry.
And it might have been fixed by now. I haven't seen anything saying that, and I haven't logged on today. But that's for me, I did not pay anything, but that it was still a rank worth of stars that I missed out on. Let alone people that actually spent, $2 money altogether, but still, like, that's a premium currency in that game.
Yeah. Speaking of matchmaking problems, I'm still playing Mario Maker 2. Still doing Mario.
Every Tuesday. That's when you play it live,
every Tuesday, we're playing Mario Maker 2.
At 2 o'clock on YouTube.
2:30, yep. And speaking of...
I watched a little of one.
Did you?
I felt really bad for, like, admitting that I don't watch it. And then I was like, I'm going to watch some of this. And you're bad at Mario. No, I'm just kidding. You're fine.
Speaking of Mario Maker 2...
No, I'm just going to keep interrupting you. Mario Maker 2.
is I am redoing how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to try to actually get through the levels, kind of ditch the 5 lives kind of thing.
That works.
That way it's like I don't get into it and 5 seconds later I'm done. And the episode's 10 minutes long.
I think if it's not a crazy Kaizo level, you should just go, and like if that episode is one level, if that episode is one level, just do it.
Kaizo levels are tough.
I say if it's not one of those, do it. Like if it's crazy, then give up because you're a quitter.
That's what my dad said.
Pick your feet up, son.
But Mario Maker 2 is still going.
Cool.
Still a good game. You can play with friends now.
They patched in that multiplayer. So can we do that online now? Like, can we play Mario Maker 2?
We could play a versus match or a multiplayer.
So how come you'll agree to play Mario Maker 2, but you won't play Gears with me?
Because I don't have an Xbox.
You do. You have my other Xbox.
I will play Gears with you.
No, that's really cool. Like
Yeah.
that they finally patched that in.
It just, it took them a couple months.
I think we talked about this last time, but I can't believe that like game's been out as long as it has. Like Marvel vs. Ultimate Alliance 3
Yes.
has DLC out,
Yeah.
including some free DLC,
Yeah.
and Mario Maker 2 finally has matchmaking.
Yep. Has matchmaking with friends on your friends list, which is a big step because like no game has done that. But also,
Nope, plenty of games have matchmaking with your friends.
I mean, on the Switch, because it's Nintendo.
That's not a.
I know.
That is not a acceptable thing to be like.
No.
Good job, Nintendo. You did the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
They are very much doing the bare minimum, and it sucks. Like Mario Maker or Mario Brothers 2 should be in there.
If this had been on there like when I was like hard into that game for those couple of weeks,
Yeah.
we would have been playing it.
Oh yeah, and I mean honestly, if I wasn't doing Mario Maker Tuesdays,
But also, does it even work, or is it just the same quality?
I've never gotten to try it, so we'll have to try it at least once.
It's probably just the same quality.
I would hope so.
You would hope not.
Oh,
You
yes,
hope it's not
I would
the same
hope,
quality.
I would hope not. I would hope not. I don't know. I wish they would get their crap.
I haven't seen anything saying that it was like broken like the regular one.
Yeah,
But
they did they released a video today on Twitter. Did you see that? So it was about making Mario Maker 2 levels, and it was like people who put hidden blocks on a jump that you fall to your death automatically.
Nice.
Or like you're running and all of a sudden a thwomp comes out of nowhere and kills you. And
were they like saying not to do that?
Yes, they were like, remember
that was literally in their marketing material.
Yeah, it was
a
like
level doing
remember, no one likes a troll, and like
that was literally part of their marketing.
every one of the replies of this tweet was remember, no one likes broken online. Just every one of them. It was great, and they deserve it. They deserve it. They're that online. It's great when it works. It works 2 out of 10 times for me.
I wonder what Nintendo Switch looks like March 2021 after the new consoles have been out for a couple months.
They got to do something.
Like third-party games are not coming to the Switch next gen.
No, those are no.
Like you can barely handle them now.
Yeah, barely being very generous.
The few that it gets, it can barely handle them now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love my Switch.
Oh,
I play that. The Switch Pro controller is probably the most comfortable of the 3 for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mario Maker 2 Tuesdays on youtube.videogame.book.club.
We'll go with that on our YouTube channel.
VGBC Video Game Book Club.
That's us.
No one's ever thought of that before.
No one.
Nope, just us. 5 years ago, I think.
Yep. We were it.
Cool. Have you been playing anything else?
So I've been playing like the Apple Arcade stuff.
Cool.
Been testing out some games there. One of them is one that you have played that you're going to talk about later. But I've
probably had a better experience than you.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've been bouncing around like What the Golf, Grindstone, the ones that you've heard about.
Yeah, you sent me some pictures and video of What's a Golf. And
What the Golf was real good.
Looks really good.
So I did get to play Shantae, the new Shantae game.
Oh, okay. Which is also coming to Switch.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first chapter.
Just a backstory. Clay likes the Shantae games.
I do like the Shantae games.
I think they're garbage.
I like the Shantae games a lot.
Okay. But anyways.
So the first chapter is on Apple Arcade.
Wait, what?
So Apple Arcade has this. It's probably not ready for anything else yet. I think Way Forward just did this to be like, hey, we want on there.
So does Apple Arcade have like early access, or is this like an episodic game for Apple Arcade?
It's not going to be for like a Switch. It's going to come out and be like the full game all at once.
Like, okay, but is this first episode like the finished first part of this game?
It feels finished.
Okay.
It feels very finished. And so I don't know like when the rest of it's going to come, but I did get to play that.
Is it got the pirate lady?
It's got the pirate lady.
Is she the bad one?
She's the bad one. She's sometimes a bad one.
Is her name like Booty or something?
Her name is Risky Boots. Her name is Risky Boots.
How old Shantae?
Old enough. Old enough to be in a video game showing off her boobs.
Is she a 1,000-year-old genie in a young genie's body?
I'm going to hope so.
Like an anime lady?
I would hope so.
Okay.
With the way that they show their characters off, I would hope so.
I just don't like I don't like the animation.
Yeah.
I don't like the character design. Actually, the character design's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like how it looks. I think it looks cheap.
Yeah.
It looks like someone drew it in like Photoshop and then forgot to add shading.
They just dumped the color in the sections.
Yes. They need to hire a new colorist. Or actually, I guess the inker would be the person that does that. I don't know comics.
That's pretty much it for Apple Arcade. There's nothing more to really go into.
We'll talk about what's the golf. Like, tell me, like, I've seen stuff about that, but like, kind of talk through like what that game is.
So it's not your typical golf game. You start off the game and it's like, okay, this is golf, and then you go to flick it again, and instead of the golf ball moving, it's like the arrow that you're pulling back goes flying, or there's a couch on screen and the couch goes flying, or sometimes you are controlling the hole trying to get to the ball.
So it's kind of like, so obviously it's like a game that relies on like humor to a certain extent, and like, you know, physical humor and stuff like that.
Yes, and it also kind of wants you to be familiar with video games.
It's like a lot of references. Like I know I've seen some Mario stuff in there.
There's Mario, Super Hot.
I think you sent me some Portal, maybe?
Portal's in there. There's Angry Bird stuff is in there.
Oh, that's neat.
Like the Cut the Rope games, those were in there. Stickman Golf, that kind of stuff. So it's got references to a lot of other games.
Do you know if that game's coming to Switch?
I've heard yes.
Okay,
that it
cool.
is. I know it's also on PC right now.
Oh, okay. I don't have an Apple device at all.
Yeah.
The Apple Arcade stuff has definitely made me think about getting an iPad.
Yeah. And being able to use a good controller, Xbox controller, is really nice. Because I played Shantae with the Xbox.
What are you playing on phone or what?
Apple TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's where.
So is it available on all the Apple devices now that have the 13 whatever OS?
I want.
Like, can you play them on your MacBook now?
I don't know.
Or is it not out for MacBook?
I don't know if it's the version for MacBook is out yet.
Okay.
But it is iPad, TV, iPhone.
But you have to have the newest version 13 or whatever. I don't know. The Grindstone game looks really good. It's kind of like the traditional match games that you see a lot, with a little bit of a twist. I mean, the big thing with that is like it's one of those games where it's actually like a puzzle thing, and you're not just like screwed because of a bull crap energy thing that has to charge because they're trying to get you to do microtransactions.
And I could see in especially Grindstone where
totally
they would want to be like, hey, we can make extra money by charging you $5 for 5 extra hearts to go do more stuff. But
absolutely.
The good thing with Apple Arcade is that you pay $4.99 a month. You get all of these games, no microtransactions at all in any of them.
So, okay, that's like 4 of the games. What about the other 65, 66 games that are on there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you just go ahead and go down the list one by one and tell us all about all of them?
Let me get my phone out.
All right, what else? What else have you been playing?
So I picked up... there's not much to say about this one. I played it a long time ago on Xbox 360. Bastion is on sale right now.
By Supergiant Games.
Yes. On sale.
Makers of Bastion.
On sale on the eShop, $2.99.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, I want Bastion again.
Yeah, so I'd rather get it on Xbox One so I get the achievements again because I got them all. And Xbox One, they're 1,000 points.
Oh, wow. I don't care. But yeah, I'm playing that again. And it's Bastion. It's still good.
That game feels really good. I didn't play Transistor, which I really need to. But Bastion, the combat was so good. And then they kind of made Transistor, which I think is probably... I think Bastion is the game they made that did the best. Transistor is the one that's like held up the highest critically. And then they did like a sports kind of game.
Okay.
That was like very much like their style, but like very different gameplay and everything.
Pyre?
Pyre. I couldn't think of what it was called.
Yep.
Pyre. And it didn't do very well. Right now they're working on a game called Hades, which is like an early access on the Epic Game Store, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it might have or is getting ready to come to other stuff too. I think that exclusivity is almost up. But the reason I said all that was because watching videos of Hades reminds me a lot of that Bastion combat.
Okay, good.
So it seems more like something that they've gone back to their roots in Bastion, like where you roll a lot. Did you play enough to get another weapon yet, or?
Yeah, I've gotten pretty far in it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a super long game, because that was a game, when I played through that on 360 finally, I played through it, finished it, and there's 2 endings.
Oh, nice.
I immediately played through the game again in one sitting.
Nice.
After that.
Yeah,
to get the second ending.
It's good. I never finished it on Xbox 360. So playing
It's worth
it again now. Yeah, playing it again now, $2.99. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Paid that and bought it.
That's great.
And finally, I've been playing that new Yooka Laylee game. The
All right.
Impossible Lair.
The Impossible Lair.
It's a...
How impossible is the lair?
It's real impossible at first.
Okay, so did you try... Okay, so from what I understand about Yooka Laylee, is Rare doesn't make good games anymore.
Correct.
So these people left and tried to make a good game.
Correct.
And now their second attempt
is better.
Okay.
So I played some of the first one, not a lot. Mm-hmm. So I did not like that first one.
Okay. I thought it looked good, but I don't know how it handled or anything. I didn't actually touch it.
I did like the way it looked. I did not care for it that much.
It's on my list.
Yeah. This one is mainly a two. Not two.
It's like Donkey Kong Country.
Yes, very much. This one is very much Donkey Kong Country.
Except for the overworld, right?
Right. The overworld is actually really nice. Mm-hmm. There's more to do in it besides go from place to place. There's like puzzles and other stuff inside the overworld.
It's like bomb bull walls and stuff like that.
Yep. Stuff that you'll have to come back to, all that fun stuff. But it's a collectathon, just like Donkey Kong Country was.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. So you might enjoy this one.
Have you done any of this stuff where the levels can be like basically like the levels are basically multiple levels, like you can affect them in a way that completely changes it? Have you done that yet?
I have not gotten to that part yet.
So the example I saw was like this level that has these water spouts that are like geysers that move this platform up and down. And then you could use like the ice fruit or flower, I don't know what they're, the ice whatever thing.
The tonic.
Are those tonics as well?
They might be.
I thought the tonics were like I don't know what I thought.
Yeah, all I have right now is tonics.
The only tonic I can think of is the 64 tonic that makes the game look like it's Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
that was like the thing that they
was a pre-order bonus.
Are still working on for the consoles for their first Yooka Laylee. Yeah. But anyways, then you throw that at it and like it causes those geysers to freeze and like turns it into an ice level.
Nice.
So like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I think you would enjoy it.
Did you try? So the big deal, like the big thing about it is like you can actually play the last level immediately. Yeah. So did you try it?
I have not tried it yet.
Okay.
No, I did not, because it comes out and like you're thrown in to the big fight at first.
Gets the boss B or whatever his name is.
And then Capital B.
Yeah. He's the bad guy from the other game too, right?
Yeah. And then so you're thrown out right in front of the last level. And the person you're trying to save or whatever is like, hey, you can go try that if you want to, but also
you're going to get messed up.
You should play these other levels first and get these like bodyguard bees. Yeah. And then you can run through it. So capital B. The other bees are ganging up against capital B. Yes. Capital B has a hive mind.
Okay.
And he controls the B. Is it the Beetalion?
Oh, that's good.
The Beetalion.
That's good.
And
so you're freeing the Beetalion from the hive mind.
Freeing the Beetalion from the hive mind.
Okay. Letting them think for themselves so they can sacrifice their lives for you.
And then they circle around you, and then you go through this impossible lair, and they take the hits while you're going through it.
I mean, the real victims in this are those bees.
Yeah, and you're the true villain.
Capital B is going to control them and take away their freedoms.
Right.
Or you're going to sacrifice their lives.
You're going to kill them. Yeah, so they're either alive but under mind control, or dead.
I am sure it is already out there, but I cannot wait to, like, see the video of somebody just
speedrunning
immediately going to that final level and beating
Oh, yeah. There's got to be somebody that's done it. But yeah, that's a good game. It's really good.
I saw where, so in the original Donkey Kong Country, when you got hit, if you had both players, if you had Donkey and Diddy there, if you got hit, the one that you were controlling at the time just ran away. I saw in this one where if you have
Laylee's the bat.
Yooka and then Laylee's the bat, Laylee like starts to like kind of like fly around, but you can still like just jump into her and and like have her rejoin you. And then also that like not having her actually limits your moves.
It limits a lot of moves.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
So like I think that's a really cool like take on that original gameplay.
You have like a buddy pound. Where
buddy
pound. Where like you jump up and then you ground pound basically. Without Laylee, you can't do it. Obviously,
you can't pound without a buddy.
That's true. You can't.
No pounding for one here.
Well, you can. You whatever.
No, you don't want to pound it.
And then there's another one where like she helps you like fly and do some spin moves in the air, and of course you can't do that without her. Okay. So it does take away some of the moves that you have.
Cool. That actually sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's on the eShop. It's like $29.99, and then I think physical is like $39.99. Okay. So I bought digital because it saved $10.
Nice.
Plus it's always there.
Nice.
Yep.
Always have Yooka Laylee there for you.
Always. Laylee's a nice looking bat.
Cute
looking bat.
You know she's a girl because she's pink or purple. I don't know.
She's purple.
Is that purple?
She's a purple bat.
I could believe someone saying that is also a shade of pink.
Oh yeah. Okay. What have you been playing? All
right, well, let me tell you about Gears 5.
Oh, Gears 5. What's this?
No, so the one you were talking about earlier that's also on Apple Arcade is Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Yes, it is.
Clay, have you ever played Rez?
Once.
Yeah, I know. I already knew the answer to that.
Once.
You played Rez. You played the demo of Rez on my VR.
I sure did.
So it's not a rhythm game. Nope. It is a music-based game, but it's not really about rhythm. Man, it is really good looking.
It's something else.
It is an experience. The music is very synth pop, I think is what it's called. Or at least that's like what I associate it with. Which really works for me because over like the last year or so, I've been listening to that a lot on Spotify.
You like some synth pop?
It started out. There's a song called "Synthetic Life." That's what got me started out on it.
Yep, sounds about right.
But anyways, like so, the music is like really good that way. The visuals are super, like the kind of visual that you would think for a synth pop. It's very neon, like that neon retro cyberpunk kind of look. Basically, you are playing as a girl who is going through different songs and reuniting her heart, basically. It uses the tarot cards as kind of like, these are the fools and this is the death card and all this stuff. But like the framing doesn't really matter. Like it was really interesting to play through the entire thing and see the ending.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying like there's nothing to gain from that. But it's really just this ride of going through this from beginning to end. My biggest problem with it is when you play it for the first time, a lot of the songs are just like musical things that really play more as like an interlude. And they're also like super short because of that. So like you're talking like a minute.
Yeah.
So you'll play through like 2 or 3 of those, and then you'll get to a larger song that has lyrics and like actually like more gameplay to it, to where like you're having to dodge stuff and collect hearts and make sure you don't die and do button presses in certain parts and stuff like that. And then you'll go through a bunch of those small songs again. In between each of those small songs and the big songs, it breaks because it gives you the score that you got. So it really hurts the flow.
Gotcha.
Once you've beat the game, it unlocks an album playthrough mode called like arcade or something like that, where you can just play through the whole thing in one sitting.
That's nice.
Which the game is only like an hour long, like an album would be.
Yep.
And that is honestly how it should have been the first playthrough. It should have been the opposite.
Yeah.
Where you play through the entire thing at one time, and then you can go back and play different parts to get your score up. Because there's something else you unlock too once you get gold on everything, which I haven't gone back to do. I had to play the game on Switch.
Okay. With a controller.
With the Pro controller.
Best way to play it, probably.
Yeah, except I want to play the game with headphones because the music is so good. Okay, the music is such an integral part.
Yeah.
And if you play it docked, there's no headphone jack on the Pro controller.
This is true.
So I had to go buy a headphone extender so I could have my headphones go from my Switch in the dock all the way up to me in the chair so I can play. I haven't done it yet because I bought it and then I was like, well, next weekend I'm going to sit here and play through the game again. Yeah. Just because it's pretty short, and I want to go back and play it, and I also want to get gold to see what that other thing is.
Yeah. I would almost think, since it's doing HDMI, I don't know if the sound would come out.
It does.
It does.
Okay. I've done it before.
You do? Okay.
It does.
Awesome.
I was just much closer.
That's good.
I was much closer to the Switch in my old place, and I actually moved it closer to me even then
to do that,
to have it to be long enough. But it does. I think what it does do also though is I think it might stop sending sounds to the TV.
Okay.
I can't remember if that's what it does or not. I think it does. I think when you plug in the headphones, you get the sound, but it no longer sends it out. So if you were going to stream something from your Switch, you can't listen to it with headphones on, because you would kill the audio on the stream.
That's fantastic.
But the game itself it's really simple. Really emotional experience, almost kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you're on the younger end that you would care as much.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like an art piece that very much spoke to me.
Okay. Fair.
So I loved it.
Good looking game.
I actually bought that and I bought the Goose Game at the same time.
Yeah.
And I really like the Goose Game. It is untitled. There's not a title.
There's no name for this Goose Game.
It's Untitled Goose Game, but that's not a title. It's Untitled Goose Game.
Okay.
Please respect the bit.
Uh-huh.
Their bit is that it's Untitled Goose Game.
Okay. So there's no name for it yet?
It has a name in Japan that was actually a really good name, but I can't remember what it is.
It just doesn't have one here.
Untitled Goose Game is the name of the game. It's super, super fun. I bought both of those the same day. It's super fun. It's just really joyful. It is just there's something. Goose are awful. Geese are bad.
They're jerks.
They're the worst.
They're jerks.
I used to work at this place that had a large pond and a walking track around it. And when the geese would come, you couldn't walk because they would just attack you. And it's the thing is I ain't scared of a geese. I ain't scared of a goose. I can mess that goose up if I want to. The thing is, I don't want to fight a goose. I will grab its neck and I will kill it. But I don't want to. That's the thing I don't want to do. And I know that if a goose tries to bite me, I'm gonna kick it. Right? I'm going to defend myself from a goose. You're not gonna. But I don't want to start that confrontation.
Then you get the rest of the geese coming after you.
I could take a flock of geese. The only problem is if it finds and bites my sausage or something.
Which it would find it immediately.
But that's how geese work. I'm not afraid of geese. But anyways,
I'm afraid of geese.
It's really cool to run around and harass these people in this town. And there's some really neat ones you can do, get the you can take this kid's toy and put it in this stall that's selling stuff, and then he has to go back and buy his toy. Or you can take his glasses and make him follow you because he can't see.
That's a goose
thing
to do.
Trying to take the glasses back, or you can scare that kid and make him hide in a phone booth from you. So there's fun stuff like that. It's not a long game. It's really short. It's longer than Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Yeah.
But the reason I want to talk about it right after Sayonara Wild Hearts was because if I was going to recommend one of those two games, I think Sayonara Wild Hearts is the much more impactful title.
Yeah.
And something that is more of an experience you're going to walk away and be wow, that was something else. At least for me. I think that is definitely my takeaway. While I enjoyed both of those and that was a really good weekend of playing Gears and getting Sayonara Wild Hearts and the Goose Game all at the same time. Because I guess, is that the weekend those all came out? Right
those
next
two
to each
came
other?
out, yeah.
Like that was really fun. But Sayonara Wild Hearts is the one that I'm gonna revisit.
Yeah. I do like that Untitled Goose Game has been beaten in like 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
I like that it was like the number one selling game on the eShop
Past
above
Link's Awakening.
I know they came out the day that Link's Awakening came out. That's what it is. All three of those games came out at the same time, I think.
They beat out Link's Awakening.
Yeah, like it's the number one selling. Like that became a much larger thing than most indie games do.
Uh-huh.
It reminds me a lot of like the humor in the Goose Game, not necessarily because like there's a lot of writing or anything, but it very much is like the same kind of like indie darling game as like Donut County.
Oh yeah,
Where Donut County was also a very short title, but the writing in it, his name's like Ben Esposito or something like that. The writing that he put in that game was just really, really good.
Yeah.
It's a very simple game, just like Sayonara Wild Hearts is a very simple game, and Goose Game are very simple games.
Yep.
All three of them are great, but also like now if you add that third game in, now Goose Game is actually like the weakest of the three.
I played Sayonara Wild Hearts on Apple Arcade.
Yeah. So are you using touch or is that with a controller?
I did it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
And it was terrible.
Yeah.
Not the way you want to play it. I have not played it through the Apple TV with a controller yet, but
there are parts of that game that like actually you do have to be kind of precise.
Yes.
And there's actually it was really neat because like every level basically has a different feeling control scheme.
Nice.
Because like this one I'm on a motorcycle, this one I'm on a horse, and this horse controls differently. Or I'm sorry, it's not a horse, it's a deer. This one I'm driving a car, and this car controls way differently.
I bet.
This one I'm flying. This one I'm like, there's this really cool level of the Gemini twins, and they are like snapping.
Yeah.
And every time they snap, it like changes which dimension / world
nice.
you're in.
Nice.
So you're having to remember what is in one world, so you're lined up for their snap because they're snapping on the beat. So you line up correctly for the snap because like the road in front of you is going to disappear and it's going to be over here.
Nice.
And stuff like that. Or like there's a wall in front of you in the other dimension, so when they snap, you have to be over here.
Yeah.
That was a really cool level.
Nice. Yeah. I actually stopped playing that on Apple Arcade because I want to pay for it.
Yeah.
So
I think it was like $12 or $13 when I bought it on Switch. I was really happy with that purchase.
Yep.
Goose Game was still on sale when I bought it, so it was $15.
Yeah.
And like I was happy with that too. It's just like if I'm picking one of those two, Sayonara Wild Hearts me is the more important game.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Anything else on your list of games?
Yeah, 2 more games, and they're also both for Switch.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. One of them is actually DLC.
Okay.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 had the first part of the Season Pass DLC come out.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's called like Nightmare or something. I already forgot.
Yeah.
But basically, it was 4 characters and then a whole bunch of other changes. So they added Punisher, Moon Knight, Morpheus, and Blade
Okay.
to the game, which you have to unlock all of them in this new mode called Gauntlet, which is not like Gauntlet Legends, but basically just like it's basically the same kind of things that were already in the game through the Infinity challenges.
Okay.
It's just instead of doing one now, you do a series of them, or a gauntlet. And then at the end of that, you unlock one of those characters, basically.
Okay. You have to do that over and over to unlock each one.
So I think there's it starts out. I don't know if it starts out with 4. I haven't done all of them yet. Just because I've had other things to play right now. But like the first one is you unlock the Punisher, and then there was another one for the other character. So there's 4 on that front list.
Gotcha.
I don't know if there's more than that or what. But then there's also like an endless mode that you unlock. I think after you beat one of them, so you can get like more stars and stuff like that.
Very cool.
They added a Shield store where you unlock Shield tokens in that mode, as well as another mode that they added called Nightmare, which is you play through the regular game on Nightmare mode, where like some of the enemies will become vampires or something. So I guess they suck energy out of you.
Cool.
Like, I'm really happy with the characters, especially the Punisher. One of his attacks is literally just, hey, I got a sniper rifle, and you can aim it and shoot somebody with it.
Excellent.
Which is really funny because there's actually a enemy in one of the levels that is a sniper that will one-shot you if you let it shoot you. Which, like, the first time I played the level that it's on, like, happened a lot. And it was super frustrating because, like, I ain't dying at all in this game. Then all of a sudden this thing literally hits you one time and you die.
I'm dead. Yep.
So it's really fun to just go to that level with the Punisher and just shoot those people.
Nice. Return the favor.
Yeah, to return the favor.
Yes.
But man, like they just added all like the game was already like super complex when it comes to like how you do the leveling and how you do your equipment and all this other stuff, and they added even more on top of that now, to where the game at both feels very simple and also out of control.
Nice.
Because there's parts of it that I'm just never going to touch.
Yeah.
The shield store's cool because they've basically that allows them to add more costumes. So they added some costumes, like Thor has a new costume in there, but you have to earn the shield tokens to buy the costume.
Okay.
Whereas the Infinity Challenge is where you have to finish that Infinity Challenge to unlock the costume, or there's costumes for how many stars you get in like one Infinity area. And then like the last costume when you have to get all the stars.
Gotcha. Okay.
So man, there's just like that game is great.
Wow.
And it just keeps giving.
I wish they would put love like that into Mario Maker 2 DLC.
Yeah, that's what blows my mind.
Great.
There's still going to be 2 more packs. They said the initial reason that I bought the season pass was because it said it was going to include story content. This did not include story content.
Okay.
Like it included a new way to play through the same story content.
Hey.
But I'm hoping like there's supposed to be an X-Men pack, and I'm hoping that we get some actual story with them.
I would hope so.
Yeah. But even if it's not, I've gotten more than my money's worth out of this game. It's a great game.
Good. That is good to hear.
The other thing that I played on Switch was I went and picked up Daemon X Machina.
Woohoo, mechs.
Here is another game that if you are not into, like, probably the same thing with, like, Marvel Ultimate Alliance and this. If those aren't your thing, then you're not going to like this game.
Yeah.
The thing that really surprised me was I played the demo all the way through.
Yes.
And the whole thing with the demo was like, oh, yeah, you can just bring over your save.
I like that with demos.
Yeah, that's great. And, like, I thought that it would, like, have an intro movie. No. It was literally like I was just complete. Yeah, it literally.
Like you just turned it off and turned it right back on.
Like it's, yeah. It literally was just like my character I created in the lobby. Like, okay, you got more missions now.
Here you go. Keep going. Oh, okay.
Which is cool because, like, I wanted to bring that character over, which was the big thing.
Yeah.
But it's just more of that demo.
Yeah.
It gets a lot harder. The fodder enemies that you fight most of the time in that demo are pretty easy. But as you progress, you'll run into more and more other like anime-styled characters that are flying mechs that are, you know, opposing you.
Okay.
And those battles can get pretty tough.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more. The gameplay becomes a lot more rewarding when you get to that. Okay. I love that game. I tried playing it. There's a Japanese voice option, and I tried playing it in Japanese. So I was like, well, this game is like super anime. Like, let's check this as Japanese voice acting out. And then I very quickly realized, like, it'd be impossible to read this stuff while I'm also flying this mech.
Try to read the subtitles while you're reading the mech. Yeah. Or riding the mech. I played the demo of that, and it's not my game.
It is mine.
It looks great. Yeah. Not my game, though.
Yeah. So, but like also like the English voiceover reminds me, like I feel like I'm playing like Armored Core 2.
No, okay.
Like it plays faster than Armored Core 1 or 2 does.
Yeah.
So it's probably more Armored Core 3. I think 3 is the fast one. I don't remember. Like 3, 4, and 5 are like all like I feel like they all had like very different play styles. But this game, I love it. I love it a lot. And you know, it's such a small thing, but that $10 difference buying it at Walmart. Yeah. Makes it such. I don't know why that $50 price point is like such an easier pill for me to swallow.
I know, it's weird and
because I would not have bought this game at $60.
Yeah,
and it's $10. Like $10 is nothing.
Yeah, yep, and that's like with like Link's Awakening, it was $50 at Walmart, and it's like, yeah, I would have gladly given $60 for this, but I would have thought about it more.
I wouldn't have bought it on launch.
Yeah,
I would have waited.
I'd have been like, wait, even though that price is never going to drop for Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, totally. Like, there's just something like psychologically to me, and I for me, like the more I think about it, it's probably that PS1 games were $50, and that's like the reason that like I still feel that is how much a new game should cost.
Yeah.
So that's probably just a messed up thing in my head.
Yep.
But like for $50, like this and Marvel Ultimate Alliance are like perfect games for me.
Oh yeah.
Whereas previous years at $60, I would have passed them up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. $10. $10 is a lot.
All right. Well, I think that's all for games. Do you want to take a break and then get into the news?
Yeah, we're gonna take a little break, and I gotta use the boys' room.
I gotta use the boys' room too.
Let's not use it together.
Sure.
We're gonna use it together.